Dave Hansen. We're down here on the water today for our podcast, and I got a couple of special guests joining me. Actually, what we're doing is we're making a bunch of commercials, videos with Promar, Brian, and Justin and I are down here shooting some promo videos. And I was like, you know what? We're just going to do the podcast right here on the water. We're on Ben's boat. It's a beautiful day down here on the water, blowing about 15 knots, overcast, freezing cold. But what the heck? We're going to do our podcast down here. And I want to let y'all know there's a little change in our sponsors. From now on, Dave Farron and the gang are going to be taking over the live fishing shows with Justin, Pablo, and Al, because we have his bags on all the boats. So it's just a perfect way to switch over now. So we're going to have Dave Farron on all the live fishing shows with Deckhand Sports. And then we're going to have McCarty Yacht Sales. They're going to take over the Friday spot of the special guest. And today I got two super special guests I'm bringing in. Brian from Promar. Brian, come on in, come on the boat. And I got Justin Bottrell here with a beautiful landing net. And gang, we're just hanging out here making some videos, but we got so much going on. And people are wondering what's going on with Promar and the tariffs and what's going on with Justin and his fishing trips. And I thought, let's just bring the guys on here and let's just talk for a little while. And maybe you guys will enjoy listening to us talk live. I mean, I never get to see you guys.
I know.
I'm always at my house in Cabo, and you're in your office, and Justin's out on the water. So this is kind of unique, right?
Yeah.
To do it in person all together.
It is very unique because this never happened right here.
I was going to say, this is my first time ever on the podcast or ever in the podcast.
Right. So, and I never get to see anyone. Usually I'm in my room with Marley. I don't even today I have pants on, but I don't even normally have a pair of pants on. I'm just talking to these guys with no pants on.
He's normally in his room watching us catch all the fish is what normally happens.
Exactly. But we're down here and we got all kinds of cool stuff to talk about. And Justin brought up something really cool we hadn't talked about for a while. We need to get back to the essentials because as soon as this wind stops blowing, we're full speed going into the season, gang. And you got to know what to have on your boat, right,
Yeah.
Brian? You better be ready because Brian was telling me everyone's buying up all the products over here. Pablo's here. Pablo can come on if you want him to come on in the corner.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We'll bring him in. Pablo, hey, what a fun night last night. That was cool.
What's up, dude?
We kind of cut Brian off. Maybe we'll stack them. Try
There
to
we go.
stack it up.
I'll get closer to you.
Oh, get
There
in
we go.
here. Tight, yeah.
You said you were
Come on,
cold,
Brian.
right? You said you
Sandwich
were
him.
cold.
So cold. I am freezing to death. But Pablo, Elliot's trying to figure out the best way to bring you in here so we can see everybody and everything. There you go. Pablo, you're out on the water? We can't hear
Yeah,
you.
we're out on the water. I'm doing a sea trial on the blue boat. I just put the new power head on it.
Nice.
Nice. That's looking good, buddy.
That's on the blue boat?
It's on as high as it'll go. Well, Pablo, you're not talking to us, so.
Oh, you probably couldn't hear me because it's loud, but hey, throttle down for a second.
Yeah, speak up.
All right, can you hear me now?
It's not you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, just speak up.
No?
Yeah, just speak up.
You're on an echo.
It's echoing
What
horrible.
happened? I lost your volume.
Yeah,
How about
that's
now?
not going to work, Elliot.
No?
Yeah, I can't. It doesn't work. This is not good. Yeah, we're just going to keep doing what we do. Pablo, I really enjoyed seeing you and Kate last night at the CCA dinner. But today we need to talk about all the things we got to have on our boats when we go fishing because we're full on into the season, gang.
Yeah.
And it's important because, as you saw a couple of days ago, Justin got boarded by the Coast Guard and the fishing game at the same time. They're not messing around. I was talking to Mike Louse last night.
Well, we're on this boat right now because they took mine. No, I'm just kidding. No, they didn't.
I actually had a couple people be like, "Did Justin really get a ticket?" And I was like,
No.
"I don't know." I was
No.
like, "Probably not."
No tickets. They actually thanked me at the end for having all my ducks in a row and having everything ready for them. And they're, like Dave said, they were doing a training session, so they're teaching other people as well. It's pretty cool.
And Mike Laus was letting me know they're boarding the guys down in San Diego, all the sport boats right now, to make sure they're compliant with this bluefin regulation, cutting those fish and all the different things. So fishing wildlife is out in force. So today we're going to talk about what you need to be compliant. And the first thing everybody doesn't understand is this thing Justin's holding right now, it's not an option to not have this. When you sign your fishing license, you're telling the Fish and Wildlife that you have a landing net. Brian, kind of talk about this landing net, and Justin will show you how easy it is to take the net on and off. It just slides
This is
up
the
and down.
extendable.
Yes.
But also the head of it just removes very easily for storage.
Yeah.
What is this?
So this is our Pro Mesh Series landing net. You can find them on our website or at retail stores. LN651 and the LN652. Those are probably going to be the sizes that you guys are going to be looking for. Remember, it has to be over 18 inches for it to be legal in the state of California, and you need it on all fishing vessels. That includes kayaks, float tubes, boats, everything. So you're going to want to make sure that you guys have one. And we have different nets available for different circumstances. This one's more for the private boater. If you have a smaller boat, the net being able to be removable and telescopic really plays a big role in it, because you can tuck it away somewhere and then bring it out when you need it, right? And you don't necessarily need to have it out at all times. You just need to have it on your boat at all times.
Even if you have a bigger boat, you can have that. This is the exact same net that you see me use on my boat.
Yeah, it's perfect. That's great for halibut, calico, sheephead, rockfish, smaller grade yellowtail. Yellowtail. Everything that you guys want, that net's going to be solid. And it's made out of a full solid aluminum handle, really rigid, but it's like solid. Like it's by far one of the best nets that we have and that we make. And I recommend this one to everybody that has like their own private boat. It's super comfortable to use.
And Elliot had the QR code up on the screen. This is something that you guys don't understand. This is super important, gang. It's not a workaround. There's no workaround on this. You can't tell them, hey, I got a bait scoop. Will that work? When you signed your fishing license, you told them you had one of these. So if you don't have one of these right now on your boat, the QR code's up on the screen. Don't even mess around. Brian will make sure the order comes through and it gets shipped to you. You're not going to fish this weekend. We already talked about that. The weather is absolutely horrible.
It's blowing right now.
It's blowing right here at the dock, and it's really howling outside. Even the San Diego fleet is canceled for tomorrow. Nobody's going out. It's going to be insane, the amount of wind. But why we're here and why we're talking to you, this is non-negotiable with the California Fish and Wildlife. This net has to be on your boat. And like Brian said, or I don't know why my hand's going the wrong way, but like Brian said, the net has to be 18 inches.
Yes.
That way. That's Brian over there.
Is that Brian?
Good point to Brian.
Okay, Brian, you gotta have the net. I can't even see. I was up late last night at the CCA dinner, but the net is non-negotiable. And I've heard guys say before, well, I had a bait scoop. Will that work? No, it has to be 18 inches. And has to be, and they're gonna pull out their tape measure and measure it. I've seen them do it. So don't even think about it. Just order it. The QR code's up there and you get 15% off. We're trying to help you. Another thing that's non-negotiable you got to have, and you can walk into any sporting goods store or West Marine or any of the places you buy your tackle and get a measuring stick. That it's a sticker and you can stick it somewhere on your boat. You have to have non-negotiable. Whether, Brian, you're a plastics guy, you hardly ever keep anything, but they don't care about that, right?
No, they don't.
They don't care if you keep it or not. You must have that on your boat. So a measuring device, you got to have it. And no, they're not going to go for you digging down in your toolbox and getting out a tape measure. It's just,
they want to see it ready to go.
It's got to be
really what it is.
attached to a part of your boat.
Yeah, they want to make sure that it's ready to go. You're measuring all your fish, calicos. If you guys are keeping calicos, rockfish, everything that has a size limit, barracuda, white sea bass, you need to make sure they get a ticket. And they're big tickets, they're big fines. And, you know, I mean, it's also, you know, conservation. You want to make sure that you're making sure, like, those fish are legal size. So,
and it's low-hanging fruit. You're giving them an easy ticket to write, and that's one of the first things they're going to ask. And now Justin's got something that is really important, and you see him using this on his boat all the time. And when you guys introduced him last year, Brian,
yeah,
you guys couldn't even keep up. I know everybody in the office was making these as fast as they could. When Justin and I showed everybody these, this is a descending device. This is super important, right?
it's super important. Yeah, you need to have one of these on your boat if you're fishing for rockfish. If you have a rockfish on your deck and you don't have one of those, you're not California compliant. It needs to be able to descend. You need to be able to send a fish down back to where you got them from. And these things are great. They're really inexpensive compared to some of the other ones out on the market. I mean, we did our market research beforehand, and some people are selling them for $20 for one. We're selling a 2-pack for $14. So, I mean, you're getting your deal. You're getting your good deal, especially if you're using Dave's code for an extra 15% off. That pretty much covers the shipping plus some. So it's really, really, it's a good thing to have, and it's something that you need to have. So,
and also, Justin, tell him you got to have it hooked up, right? You can't have it in a bag sitting in your. You have to have it tied to your line. They looked for that the other day on your boat.
Yeah, both times that you've seen me get pulled over by Fish and Wildlife, they've checked to make sure I had this already ready to go. And I always keep one in the rod holder ready. What's really cool is when you have these rock cod squirts. I'm going to show you a really cool way to set these up. Let's see if I can get this off here. We were messing with this earlier.
And the cool thing about them is I was fishing with Justin last week on Friday, and we were catching so many fish. It was insane. Like, there was no more than 3 seconds before you hooked up on a fish. And it was the people using the rock cod squirts. And obviously I work for Promar. I'm going to try to sell it. But at the same time,
it was real.
It was real. You guys are going to be able to see it. I took a ton of videos. You guys will be able to see it where one of the members was using live bait and he just wasn't getting bit. He switched over to squid. He would get bit, but it wasn't as much as, you know, the rock cod squirts were. And they're super easy to get down. You don't got to tie a rig. They're pre-tied. You literally just tie it up to your braid, set a descender on there, set a weight on there, and you're good to go. So, and he can show you kind of how we do them in line. So we call this in line where you're using the descending device along with our rock cod squirts.
So there's 2 different ways that you can do this. If you don't have or if you don't want another rod set up with just a descending device on it, you can either undo the snap swivel on the actual descending device and hook it up to the top of the rock cod squirt. Hook it up just like this. And this side right here, this top swivel, you're going to hook up to your braided line directly to your rod. And then on the very bottom, you're going to put a weight. So the weight size that we're using the other day, when we were in about 150 to 200 feet of water, we were using a 12-ounce weight for that. The other way you can do it, I'll show you right here. You hook the rock cod squirt directly to your braided line, and at the very bottom of the squirt, you have this snap swivel. So this snap swivel you undo and hook up to the top of the descending device. And then the snap swivel on the bottom of the descending device, hook it up to your 12-ounce or whatever ounce weight you're going to be using.
Yeah.
So it's really cool because if you bring up a small fish or if you catch a million vermilion like we did the other day, on that rhymed, a million vermilion. If you catch a million vermilion like we did the other day, all you have to do is put it back on here and drop it straight down, and you don't have to reel this back up until you get another fish, which should take about 5 seconds if you're not paying attention or less.
Yeah, 5 seconds if you're not paying attention.
If you're not paying attention.
3
What's
seconds, really.
Really cool is what we were doing the other day when you seen this live catching a million vermilion. What we were doing is we're taking this hook right here. I know it's going to be the new.
All year.
Uh-oh. The wind's blowing crazy. What I do is I take this hook right here and I put a squid strip on it. Just a small little piece. Could be like 1/8 of an inch wide or even 1/4 inch wide squid strip, maybe about 2 inches long. Just hook it up right there and that's it. Drop it down. Catch
Drop
a
it
million
down.
vermilion.
Yeah. People were getting bid on that too, and they weren't even putting squid on there. Not
Yeah.
saying that you shouldn't. You still should, but
Tip
you know,
it with a little bit of bait. But that's what I talked about a couple of years ago when you guys first came out with these things. The really cool thing about it is if the fish rips your bait off, the thing's still fishing.
yeah,
It's still down there fishing. Yeah,
it's a
like
little lure. There's
Brian said, don't not put a little tip of squid on there. But if I've dropped my line down 500 feet before and have them rip the bait off, and I'm like sad because I don't have any. But this is going to keep on fishing.
Yeah,
that's the really unique thing about it. It just keeps on fishing.
Yeah,
and make sure that when you're done with these rock cod squirts, you don't want to get rid of this paper, this little cardboard piece. You want to keep it. Maybe I'll come up with something 3D printed to to put these on. But what you can do is you can just wrap these back up right here. That way you can use them for another day. Yeah. You don't want to keep them on your rod because you always want to have, every time you go out, a new knot put on your, a fresh knot put on your line. Because that old knot from just sitting there will eventually break.
Yeah, it will. And then, gang, on the QR code that we threw up there, you're saving 15%. But Brian, they don't have to use the QR code, right?
no,
because there are people listening.
Yeah,
they can go over to the website. What's the name of the website?
So it's going to be promarahi.com.
Promarahi.com. You just put in YSWG on the code.
Yeah. So when you're checking out, there's a little area, and it's going to say insert code. You're going to put YSWG. Or there's an alternate code, YSWG22. I know a lot of you guys still use that one as well, and that one is still valid. Both of them are going to get you that same discount code. I make sure that I keep them updated all the time. Every now and then I bump them up a little bit just as a little surprise for anybody who's using them. I don't announce it, so it's just something that I do every now and then for you guys, especially since you guys are super great. I mean, Dave is awesome. You guys are always hitting us up, super friendly. I hang out with a few of you guys, and I talk to a few of you guys, so it's awesome, man. This community's been really, really welcoming.
And then it's kind of unique. I told Brian yesterday, 2 days ago, I was going to be in town today with nothing to do.
Yeah.
And he said, let's make some videos. So we are going to shoot probably 30 videos today, and we've already shot like 15, right?
Yeah, we've done a lot.
In an hour and a half, we shot 15 high-quality videos. So
it's the benefit of working with Dave.
We're blowing them out because I kind of have a half a clue of what I'm going to say. I kind of love to talk. I don't know if you guys know that or not, but we kind of love to talk. But there's the nets. Elliot's doing a phenomenal job producing the show like he always does. But he's showing you guys all the nets. He's showing you all the products. He's showing you the GT4. We just made that video a few minutes ago. You guys are going to love that. And then we got these GT4 fluorocarbon that we both, all of us.
Yeah.
Pablo, Justin, Al.
Well, I'm not wearing one today.
We all use it every day. We don't tie on a lure without a piece of GT4 fluorocarbon in front of it. So real quick, we're going to get a few more products we want to show you that you got to have on your boat. But I want you guys to watch this real quick video from McCarty Yacht Sales, who now are taking over the Friday show. Todd Manser and John McCarty, super proud to be a part of your saltwater guide. Here, go ahead. Check this out.
Hey guys, Captain Todd here with McCarty Yacht Group, Manson Marine, proud sponsor of your saltwater guide. I'm here with my good buddy John McCarty.
Hey guys, how you doing?
The broker for McCarty Yacht Group. And guys, I just want to tell you it's springtime. It's time to start buying and selling. If you're looking to buy a boat right now or looking to sell a boat, make sure you give us a call at McCarty Yacht Group. Guys, you know how to get a hold of me at 949-547-7748. We're sitting on the Pescatoria right now. This is like office number 1, 2, or 3. I can't remember where we're either in the office, at home, on a boat, but this is one of the places we do business, guys. But if you're looking for somebody to well represent you, we are a different breed of cat, guys. We work on boats for a living. We're going to make sure to sell your boat for the top price, or if you're looking to buy a boat, we're going to make sure you get something that's not a horrible project for you. So anyways, give us a call. We look forward to hearing from you.
So another thing that you need to have on your boat, per Captain Dave, Fish and Wildlife member.
Yes.
Just kidding. The Ikara jig. Now, I don't want to spoil it, but I'm going to spoil it a little bit. I don't know if I'm allowed to, and Brian may smack me upside the head right now. but there may be a big size coming pretty soon.
Oh no, let's announce it, dude.
Okay, there we go. Let's announce it.
I want to talk about it. We have a couple new sizes. We're going to have a smaller size. I know we've heard a lot of people asking for a smaller size to fish on the dock, to fish on the back of the boat, people who are surf fishing, stuff like that. We have a 15 gram coming out. So it's going to be really lightweight. It's going to have a really nice flutter as they're going down. We've been testing them, and those are great.
Look at Elliot go.
Yeah, he's already bringing them
on it.
And then we're also getting some bigger sizes. So we're bringing in a 130 gram, and we're also bringing in a 170 gram. So you guys who are trying to target those deeper water rockfish, that's going to be perfect. If you're trying to target lingcod and you guys are in shallow water up in Northern California, those are going to be perfect. So
Alaska.
So if you want to do something super cool
Yeah.
and a lot of fun, I know some people are like, oh, it's rockfish. Well, rockfish can be fun. It can be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
If you want to do something really cool, this is 15 pound. Don't use 15 pound. I would use a minimum of 40 pound or 50 pound of the GT4 fluorocarbon. Tie it onto one of those bigger Ikara jigs. Throw it down there in that 300, or 200, 300, maybe
Up
400
in Alaska,
feet.
you're fishing at 30, 40 feet.
We're not in Alaska, but it feels like we are.
It
So-
does right now, I'm telling you.
So what you do is you throw that down in that 200, 300, 400 feet and start popping these off the bottom, let them flutter down, and watch what happens. You're going to be shocked. It's going to get nailed so hard. You're going to be like, bam, what the heck? And all we really want whenever we go fishing is to get that bite. With these Ikara jigs, that bite turns into a fish.
Yeah.
So it's a must-have on your boat. One of these days, I will get those bigger ones, and I'll be showing you how it works.
It'll be soon. I'll get you some soon. I will get them soon.
No, but
yeah.
you really do want to use that 40 or 50 pound, because when you hook up those lingcod and stuff, this 50 pounds is going to get chewed right off, and you're going to be out line and an Ikara jig. So 40 to 50 pound GT4 fluorocarbon with that bigger size Ikara jig. Throw that down there, just start popping it up. And the one question I get a lot is, how do I use the slow pitch jig? There's a lot of questions about that.
Yes.
The way I use it, I'll throw it out there, let it hit the bottom, pop it up. Don't just reel it up. It's not a yo-yo. Pop it, let it kind of jump up off the bottom, and let it flutter down again.
Yeah.
Pop it, let it flutter down again. Normally within the first, second cast, you're going to get nailed on these things.
Yeah.
A fish is going to bite it.
Yeah, you can get them on the first cast, on the first, second pop, really.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. You just want to find structure, and you want to fish around that structure, and you want to just drop it straight down and just jerk it up, let it flutter down. You want to have a little bit of slack, and they'll bite when that slack is in there, so you want to keep an eye on your line, and you'll see a tick. And when that tick happens, that means that the fish has it in the mouth, and we're jerking it back up again, you're going to notice that you're going to have a fish on there. Last time we took them out, we must have caught, 50, 60 sand bass on them, like nothing. I know
Sand bass?
Yeah, I know they're extinct. I know.
We caught the last two the other day.
Oh my goodness.
But I mean, like Brian said, go and find some structure. There's only one website that's going to give you rockfish spots, and that's Your Saltwater Guide. So go to www.yoursaltwaterguide.com, or better yet, go on your phone. Everybody uses their phone. Dave's on his phone right now. You don't even see it. It's right in front of him. Am I right? My phone's right here. We're on these things all day long. Our brain is just computerized to be on our phone.
Yep.
Download the app, Your Saltwater Guide. Get the 14-day free trial. Check it out for yourself. You're going to get rockfish spots on there. So all you have to do is park your boat exactly on the spot, drop that Ikara jig with that 40 pound, or you use those squid squirts, drop it down, and you're going to be so excited that you're reeling up fish.
Yeah.
You're going to take all the guesswork out of it, go directly to the spot, follow the game plan. Captain Al, Captain Pablo, myself, Dave,
Sonny,
Captain Bill Varney, Sonny, all these guys, everyone's with Your Saltwater Guide. They're all giving out game plans every single Thursday to make sure that you're successful on the water.
Yeah.
And you know what's really neat
Sound like an
today?
infomercial.
But you know what's really neat today? For me, we looked at the windy.com. That's the website we all kind of use. And we kind of put together a plan, told most of you to stay home because it's going to be miserable out there. Well, I'm not happy if you're out there, but I'm happy that my plan was right because it is miserable right here at the dock, gang.
Wait, here, I can show you the
It
way.
is absolutely
Look at-
miserable at the
Yeah.
dock.
Here,
We're sitting at the dock at
Blocking the
Cabrillo Beach right
Not
now
gonna show
in
it now. Let's
LA, and it Every palm tree's blowing all over the
All the
place.
flags are blowing
I'm
everywhere.
sitting here in my board shorts. I have this long sleeve T-shirt on, and I'm cold. I'm really cold, gang. So that's why I'm not all animated, because I'm trying to be as close to Brian and Justin as I can to not move, because it is freezing cold. You don't want to be out fishing right now, and tomorrow's going to be even worse. I was talking to Laos last night. The San Diego fleet canceled. They're not going, and when they cancel, that's a big deal, because that's how rough it's going to be tomorrow. So I hope you took heed in what we had to say on our game plans. We try to be as honest as we can. Justin told you if you absolutely have to go, he told you where to go. You're probably not going to catch anything, but at least you'll be close to some fish, so your boat will be close to fish. But I mean,
they'll all be blowing off the water.
It looks miserable. The flags aren't even. They're not going. They're blowing up. If you look over here, these flags are like pointed up, and it's not. It's 1:30.
The flag behind us.
The flags are pointed up. So I hope you took heed in our game plan, and it doesn't look much. Sunday looks like it's calming down, and then it looks like the weather's going to finally get good, Justin. And Justin doesn't have any trips coming up. He had to cancel his Saturday trip. I don't understand why he doesn't have any trips coming up, or Al doesn't. Guys, get over this worry about these tariffs. It's got nothing to do with you. Just calm down. It looks like everything's going to be okay. I think we're all going to be all right. We're not going to be buying that garbage crap from China anymore. But it has zero effect on the fish. It has zero effect on your products at Promar. You have a wheelbarrow full right here, so I think we're going to be okay, gang. You got to go fishing. You had a great day yesterday with Paul, right?
Yep.
Every
day I go out, we have great days.
You had a great 3 days in a row, and then bam, the weather.
I took Brian out for his first time rock fishing with me to go film, and I think he was blown away.
It was crazy.
I warned everyone 5 seconds or less.
We literally caught our limits on like the second drop.
I know.
I think
everybody on the whole boat.
Yeah, we literally were like descending the smaller ones and trying to like make sure we had the largest one.
I know. It was pretty crazy. So yeah, if anyone wants to come out on my boat, charter it, or if you want to jump on an open party, I'll put some open parties together. My phone number is 951-703-9442. We could definitely get out there. Looks like next week, like Dave said, is going to start shaping up pretty good. We got some warm weather coming in. We also have those bluefin tuna that everyone wants to catch down south. They're marching their way up here pretty fast. But as of right now, it's just a lot of fun fishing. Calico bass are starting to bite. Sheep's head is wide open as wide open can ever be. I've never seen sheephead that crazy the other day when I was out live.
Really?
We caught as many rockfish as we caught that day. We caught sheephead.
No way.
Bam, bam, sheephead.
Oh my God.
And I put it on the game plan exactly where I was at Catalina. It was just crazy sheephead fishing. They were eating the whole live squid strips, everything you put down there. Local rock fishing is excellent, better than it's ever been. And a lot of good fishing going on.
And Sonny fished the Channel Islands yesterday for fun with his buddy on his skiff. And he said, you're only allowed one white sea bass right now. But he said him and his buddy had 40 fish between the two of them. 40 white sea bass. They were throwing them back. They were biting wide open. He couldn't leave. He's like, Dave, I couldn't leave. It was as good as it's ever been. They had 40 fish yesterday. Sonny did. And then lo and behold, here's the wind. Right on time to just stop everything. There's probably a lot of boats out there right now. And he said there's a lot of squid at the island. His game plan next week's going to be insane. The squid's all over the Channel Islands again. The fish are there. And as we roll along, it's probably going to turn into a yellowtail, because Ron and I fished yesterday before the CCA dinner on Ron's boat, and we were fishing the oil platforms out in front of Justin's Harbor, and the water's purple. It is so purple, but something Justin's told me, Brian's told me, everybody has told me this, and I've watched all the Lion Media stuff about this. There are 10 zillion sea lions on the oil platforms. Last time I fished the spot I fished yesterday, I hadn't fished it in 20 years because I've been running yachts and doing this, and I have a little honey hole out there at one of the. It's unfishable. There's a zillion sea lions, and Justin told me that the oil platforms are unfishable, and I was like, that's impossible. I'm going it. And so Ron and I went out there, and finally, the only way we could catch a fish at the oil platform where I used to just slay wide open calico bass, cabezon, sheep's head, just as good as it could be, just throwing squid on the piling and let it slowly sink down.
He was able to do it by following the game plan.
You had to put on a 4 to 6 ounce weight in 140 feet of water and hit the bottom. Literally, if the weight was not laying on the bottom, you didn't get bit. The fish are terrified to even come off the bottom an inch because there are literally thousands of sea lions on every oil platform, gang. I've never seen anything like it. But I want to emphasize, I told you guys years ago, these animals multiply faster than a rabbit. They have 2 uteruses. So during the 3rd trimester of the sea lion's pregnancy, she gets pregnant while she's pregnant. So they never stop pupping. We are in a major crisis situation here. And the government's lying to you guys, telling you that they're dying of this acid thing, gang. They're dying of overpopulation. That's why they're biting people. They're trying to eat people. They're trying. No matter what you all say, I literally believe it now, full speed.
It's pretty crazy.
These things are eating people. There are so zillions and zillions.
Well, I was telling you guys, I've been fishing on the surf lately, and I'm taking my waders. I'm walking out. There's so much bait, and there's so many like different fish. I don't want to blow the spot up, but there was sea lions there yesterday, and they were coming up like right to me. It was crazy. It was like kind of insane.
It's
so
scary.
They're like, yeah, they're not afraid of us at all.
They're called sea lions, not cuddly pillows.
No, these things are scary. I hopped out the water so quick. I was like, no, thank you.
Man,
some big ones too coming up right on the surf.
And I did everything in my power to stop this population explosion, but obviously I didn't slow it down a tiny bit. It's just terrifying. I don't know what we're going to do. I really don't know.
They're moving into freshwater now too.
They're just swimming right up all the rivers and streams because they are starving to death. And we got to do something, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to remove head from rectum and get involved, and we got to start doing something. We can't be afraid of this lying government anymore. We cannot be terrified of them. It's just scary.
Head from rectum. I've not heard that one before.
You can't hide anymore, gang, and I saw it firsthand yesterday. I was so disappointed to go to one of my favorite little honey holes that I hadn't fished in 20 years, and it's almost unfishable. Yeah, we ended up catching like 50 fish there, but not the way I wanted to catch them.
Not 150, like normal, right?
Not the way I wanted to catch them. I mean, Justin told me on the live show on Monday, he's all, Dave, I'm like, you're there. What are you doing? You're leaving. It's unfishable. They can't be unfishable. You can't even chump.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's pretty terrifying. But some of the other things that you got to have on your boat, Justin, if you're a member of the website, there's a pretty good chance you're going to catch fish, right?
Yes.
So maybe some Ziploc bags.
Yeah, probably a 99.9% chance.
Maybe Ziploc bags to put your fillets in?
Yeah. We got a fillet knife too. I should have brought one. But we just
Promar's got a fillet knife?
We have 2, but we just came out with a new one, and we're coming out with another one here.
They were going to give me the demo one, but
I'm not
using that one.
They gave it to
Pablo?
No, we didn't give it to Pablo. No, so yeah, we have one. It's called the AC-106S. It's gonna have a spoon on the end. It's gonna be a 6-inch blade. It's for a little bit of the smaller size fish, but like calicos, sheephead, stuff like that, it's gonna be plenty big enough. And
they did ask my opinion on
that
how
one.
To
We
make
haven't
it and stuff, but
we haven't had that one. We haven't had that one in yet. We're gonna get some samples in. We're making it. That one's in development stage.
We love you, Brian.
We have to give him a hard time.
Gotta give you a hard
every time, dude.
I know.
He's on it. But
every
it is
time.
When Brian comes, it's like Christmas. So it is kind of cool.
There is a lot of Promar stuff
but
here.
We're like a couple of spoiled little kids, though. We didn't get every toy we wanted. We wanted all the toys. We only got 100 of them. We wanted 100.
So now that you're part of the website and you've caught all the fish, and you get a fillet knife from Promar someday. So now what are you going to cut it on? You can't just cut it on your boat. You got to get one of those really cool custom cutting boards. the fillet boards. Those things are absolutely
From
amazing.
Offshore Products.
So what are we looking at here?
Oh, nice.
Let me
Good
see.
job, Anthony.
They just purchased
Just
it.
got the Pro Mesh Series net.
Oh yeah, that thing's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Following simple direction, that's going to help you out tremendously when you're out on your boat. And a lot of you, that's cool that you showed me that, because a lot of you guys are watching this show and you're going to get pulled over by the fishing game and you're not going to have a net. And as they're pulling up, you are going to, I've been there. You are going to be in the worst panic mode of your life.
Yeah.
You're going to be panicking. You're going to go, gosh, I wish I would have spent the $100, because this is going to be just starting. The ticket starts at $800.
Yeah.
And then they put on the assessment fees and then all the other garbage. These tickets come out well over $1,000, gang, for a net.
Yeah.
And you're in a panic mode when they're pulling up and you're thinking, what? And another thing, you got to have.
The thing is also is when you get pulled over, like when I get pulled over, unlike the time when the last time Coast Guard and Fish and Wildlife, they were training and they're showing everyone. There's probably 6 to 8 guys that came on the boat and they were going through everything, just making sure everything was in line. But normally when you get pulled over, it's normally just either Fish and Wildlife or Coast Guard. But if you have everything in line, all your documentation ready, you know, they're gonna want to look in your ice chest, make sure you have a descending device, make sure you have a landing net. If you have that visible and already ready to go right there, it's gonna be so fast and they're gonna trust you more. So the number one thing, they don't know you when they get on the boat. Yeah, I know the guys, they normally know me because I do the live show and everything, but they still will write me a ticket. They would love to write me a ticket. As long as I have all my ducks in a row, they're going to come on board and just say thank you. You know, thank you for having everything ready to go. Yes, they go through all my stuff. What you don't see is them going into my cabin, looking in my refrigerator, but I tell them immediately, the boat's yours, look through everything you want, everything. If I tell them that, they already know I'm not trying to hide anything from them. They'll go through all their researches, so on and so on, checking the ice chest, checking the bait tank, because people do hide stuff in a bait tank. And yes, the other day when I was live, I did throw a sheephead. It was 14.5 inches long, so it was a keeper. I threw it in the bait tank so my squid that I had, the live squid, wouldn't breed. They're on the alert because there's a predatory fish inside the bait tank. So I did throw one in there. It was legal for us to have. We didn't keep our limit of sheep's head that day. We only kept 3 of them. We could have gotten one more, but we just didn't want to keep any more of them. So that's just some things. Just make sure you have everything in a row whenever fishing game or Coast Guard come up. There's a bunch of different things when Coast Guard comes up just to make sure you have it as well. So, and
that's a laundry list. And we'd take a whole show just to tell you that stuff. But we're talking fishing today. And Ziploc bags, a fillet knife, maybe an extra fillet knife, stuff to have, pliers, dikes. And then something that I saw this morning, I was watching a video someone else made. You better have some really good cutters, like bolt cutters or really good dikes, or you used to be the tool man. Something good to cut a hook when you get it embedded in your arm or your leg or your eye.
Especially if you're tuna fishing. Everyone wants to catch tuna. They want to do this. Well, if you've ever caught a tuna and you brought it next to the boat and you see how much pressure we put on there, 25, 30, 40 pounds of drag is a lot of drag to put on a tuna. If for some reason that hook flies out of its mouth and comes flying at you, it's going to impale you pretty bad. So like Dave's saying, if you don't have something to cut that out of you, you're going to have some issues. And I've seen it before.
You're going to be wearing that lure the rest of the day.
Yeah. I got hooked the last time I went fishing.
And you got to have something to cut that hook. It's super important. I can't even begin to explain to you how many hooks I've had embedded in my body by passengers and by myself, because I'm in the older days I was a spaz, and I would just grab a rod and just bury a hook in my arm or my hand or something. I buried one in my foot one day, and then people have hooked me in the head, in the back, in the eye, and then in the neck.
I had one go through my nail. We were out there Dorado fishing, went through my fingernail and came out the other side. That was really fun.
Yeah,
I did that. I did that to Anthony Shea.
Anthony,
CFO.
just say Anthony.
Anthony, CFO of his company. I went right through the middle of his thumbnail in a wide open tuna bite, and
things happen.
Beautiful.
So you might as well be prepared. Another thing that you must have on your boat is a first aid kit. First aid kits are very, very handy. What if you get stuck by a sculpin?
Yeah.
It
I
happens.
recommend having some Dramamine on your boat, because I get sick.
So I'm going to tell him, he's probably going to hate me for this, but if you have Dramamine on the boat, you're already too late.
Yeah.
You have to
The
take
best
it.
thing is to have gummies.
Gummies? Like gummy bears?
Yeah, like the ones you buy at the marijuana store.
Oh.
They take away nauseousness. I'm just trying to tell you, once you're
No,
sick,
I didn't know that.
you got to try to take away the nauseousness. You're not using them for recreational drug use. They're just, they work. They make them the non kind of don't get you high, but they take away the nauseousness. It's a real thing. They
Wow.
give them to cancer patients, right, Ron?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Oh,
you don't
Ron's
even
here,
know
by
what
the way,
hell we're
everyone.
talking about.
Ron, you want to come say hi to everybody?
Oh, I just woke up.
Okay.
We had a rough night last night at the CCA dinner. Everybody, thank you for showing up. Those of you that showed up at the CCA dinner last night, Pablo
Ron's
and
on
his
right here.
wife Kate were there. It was unbelievable. Bye, Ron. See you later, buddy. It was a phenomenal night. We gave away the award to Dave Pfeiffer. Anthony Shea flew in just for the award. It's called the Anthony Shea Conservation Award. He was there. He gave away the award. We talked about what a phenomenal job Elliot does for him and I. It was pretty cool. Team Bad Company, great organization, traveling all over the world, tagging blue marlin and catching blue marlin. It's cool.
Blue marlin, black marlin, all
Elliot
marlin.
puts that stuff together so we all can see it. So it's pretty cool. So Anthony wanted to make sure I told you how much he appreciates you, Elliot. Gang, Justin and Brian and I got a massive amount of videos to shoot before we end the day today. We wanted to just make sure that we got together with everybody and let you know all the things we think. Is there anything we left out, Brian?
No, I mean, not really. Just yeah, the weather's starting to get a little bit better. I know it doesn't seem like it, but it's going to start getting a little bit better here soon, and the water's going to start warming up, and you're going to want to have your gear. So go to the Promar website, grab your gaffs, your landing nets, your sabiki rods, your sabikis, your cedar plugs, everything. We have everything that you need to get out on the water and have a successful day. And, pairing it up with the community and listening to the captains, Justin, Pablo, Al, everybody, they're going to put you on the fish. So you're going to want to stop by, grab your stuff, and then get out on the water. So you're going to want to get it beforehand because we do take about a week of shipping. But once you get it in, you're going to have it, and those things have a 1-year warranty. So if you guys ever have issues, I tell this to the community all the time. If you guys ever have issues with any products, please reach out to me. I'll give you guys my email. Actually, I'm not. I don't want to get blown up too bad, but info@promarahi.com. info@promarahi.com.
Just call me.
Yeah.
949-374-0786. I want to get blown up, and then I'll give you Brian's number.
No.
I don't think that's a good word to say right now.
And then, Justin, is there anything you can think of? Because this is kind of important. We don't want anybody to get in a bad situation, and you are the man. Gang, if you have watched our live fishing shows, I cannot even count how many times he's been boarded. They say hi to Justin when they're coming on the boat. They say hi to us because they know we're live. But you get boarded so much. Is there anything we're leaving out?
Yes. So I talked with Coast Guard the other day, and so those of you that run 6-pack charters, 4 or 6-pack, you're not a master running the big boats or anything, getting Coast Guard inspected every year, but you're a 6-pack or 4-pack charter. Coast Guard did tell me that sticker that you have on the side is really cool, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anymore. The last couple of years, that hasn't mattered. Yes, you can have a Coast Guard auxiliary come on your boat and make sure that you have all your ducks in a row and everything ready to go. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. If they're going to board you, they're going to board you. If they see you out there, they're going to make sure that you have everything ready. As far as the inspections for private boaters, you have so that you have everything ready. That's great. It still doesn't matter. They're going to board you just to make sure that you have everything at that moment. You can get boarded today, and then next week you're going to get boarded again. Why? Because they're out there and they see you out there floating. So that's all.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Gang, and I'm glad you asked Jeff, it was cool to see you and your girlfriend last night. Thanks for coming. It was wonderful. Jeff Cepeda and his girlfriend showed up. What's his name?
Jackson.
Jackson. Look at
Oh yeah, look at that.
Jackson, look at what's hanging out of those fish's mouth.
Killing them.
The rock cod squirts. Jackson, Grandpa brought him out fishing with Justin. Jackson won the contest for the first month of the Promar Ahi giveaway. Here's the picture of Jackson. We'll put it up on the website. I'll send it to Elliot. I don't know if you guys can see it because of the glare in the sun. But Jackson won. Jeff, thanks for reminding me.
Good job,
Yesterday
Jackson.
was May 1st. We picked Jackson. The smile on his face, gang, you cannot duplicate that. And that was, again, going out fishing with Justin, but he was using the rock cod squirts. His grandpa tagged Your Saltwater Guide and he hashtagged Promar on his Facebook account. That's where you see him. Jackson, you won the $200 worth of product. I'm going to give Brian all your information and he'll send it to you. But that's what's going on, gang. We have a contest right now with Promar starting out clean slate. Today's day one. Yesterday we gave away the products to Jackson. He won $200 worth of Promar products. So we got another month.
2 months. We got two
Well,
more
I know,
winners.
but we got
So
a month and a month.
Oh,
Two
yeah.
more winners.
How does this competition work?
So all you got to do is make sure that you're tagging hashtag Promar25 in all of your Instagram, Facebook posts, and then you guys are going to be tagging Your Saltwater Guide and making sure that we're looking at it. I mean, Dave's the one picking the winners. I'm not involved in picking the winners, so it's up to him. And it's going to be random. And it's just all you got to do is take a photo of the rock cod and jig in the fish's mouth, submit it on your social media, tag us, tag him, and you guys have a chance to win $200 in prizes. I'm sending that out every month. It's a beautiful little gift pack that I put together. And, you know, it's just strictly for the YSWG community, too.
So you have to make sure that your account isn't private.
Oh, yeah,
Otherwise,
make sure
no one
it's
will.
public.
Yeah, it has to be public. Otherwise, no one will be able to see it.
Yeah.
I can't. Hello, everyone. We can't see any of the
There we go.
comments or anything. Oh, there you go, right there.
Yeah.
Can't see any of the comments or anything. But hello, everyone. How are you doing? Hello, hello. Love
Yeah.
you all.
And we always answer all your comments, gang. But today we're on a boat and it's
Can't
blowing
see it.
about 30, so we can't move the computer out to where we are. It's plus probably my computer would freeze and crack. It's so cold.
We need
here.
binoculars. Otherwise, we'd be like this looking.
It is absolutely freezing. We're doing this kind of different on the back of Ben's boat, the owner of Promar. We're on his boat making a bunch of videos. That's what you're going to win if you win the $200 worth of product. It's all right there. And we love all of you. We haven't been able to answer your comments today. It's not because we don't want to. Justin and Pablo and Brian and I will go back and look at all these comments. And
Another thing really quick that everyone must have on your boat, you must have, you're going to see it right now. Let's go over to the side.
Oh, yeah.
You must have some kind of towing because you never know what will be going on the water. So as you see right here, say hi, everybody. You guys are live right now. Say hi.
Don't be so happy.
Sea tow.
Cheer up.
There's Towboat US right there. Oh, man.
A 3-day tow. You got to give me some money now.
So Towboat US is a must-have for your boat because you never know what's going to happen on the water. You can have a brand new boat go out there and have an issue. If you have Towboat US, it's really inexpensive. It's under $200 a year. If you have Towboat US, that's a free tow for you. It goes up to like 100 miles offshore. So it's really cool, inexpensive, because if you go to Catalina and you get stuck and you have to get towed back over to Long Beach, that's going to cost you almost $2,000. Yeah, it's pretty dang expensive.
Yeah, that's a big deal. You want to have that. Gang, I want to thank you all for watching our silly little show today and all of our shows every day. I wanted to do the show live from CCA last night, but the Grand that we did the dinner at last night had horrible internet service, and I'm not going to do a show if we can't be clear the whole time. So thank you all for bearing with me and not being bummed about the show. We had a massive audience today. Thanks again, Elliot, for helping all three of us. You do so much for the three of us. We can't thank you enough. He works with Promar, he works with Justin, he works with me, and he works with so many other companies, at least all the good ones. And so thank you for everything you do, Elliot. And if you guys are tired of sucking at fishing, all you got to do is sign up to our website. You'll never suck again unless you want to.
Or buy a pacifier.
Yeah.
I'm
wanna
just
say
kidding.
hi to
If you want to
Renee.
go fishing with me, just give me a call or text 951-703-9442.
I just want to say hi to Renee. Yeah.
Renee,
Renee.
woo!
Hi, everybody.
He was texting me. He's like, give me a shout out. All right.
Shout out to Renee. Happy birthday.
His birthday is this Sunday.
Woohoo! Big
May
party.
4th, may the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you, Renee.
Yeah.
Kelly and I will send you a little Valentine.
I'll send you some flowers.
Thank you, everybody. See you. Adios. I'll see you tomorrow. We're going to try to do another show tomorrow morning. Ron and I will be at the airport flying back to Cabo. Ron's going to take care of Marley for me. Kelly and I are going to Iowa to watch her son graduate. Have a great day. Turn off the news.